three ideas for the independence of finance. You suddenly arrive in a different arena of play. Let's see those who are going to enter this in the first 6 months of the year. This discussion is to make you have money in abundance. If you follow the teachings that we have given you, it'll be impossible to lack, to be broke, to be limited financially. Impossible, irrespective of your level. If you're thinking, my salary is such, and so because of where I work, you have a limited environment. In Christ Jesus, you have been brought into an unlimited environment. When we complicate matters of finances, you know the result. Money doesn't come to those who know how to spell it. It comes to those who know how to manage it, right? So my definitions that I'm going to give you are the simplest definitions that work. Definitions that work. So let's begin. What is finance? I said your finances and you. Now, often the word finance in general grammatical communication is put in plural. Finances. All right? Often. So, but when you want to define, you have to speak in singular terms to make sense. So what is finance? Simplest definition, the management of money. Now follow my simple definitions, because professors of economics, a lot of them don't have money. So remember, so they can break this down. If you ask them what is finance, by the time they are done, they've spent half an hour breaking it down. So it becomes so complicated that you understand why most countries are in debt and most central banks of most countries are in debt. Why is there so much debt in the world? Because men have complicated their lives in financial matters. If you went into the academic definition of finance, you'd be surprised to see the word banking inside. Why would banking be there at all? There were finances before banking came. So why should it be part of the definition? It shows one thing, a manipulation of the definition. Follow my simple definitions, because you are not defining this to get a PhD. This discussion is to make you have money in abundance. There used to be one joke they had years ago of two men that were arguing about the pronunciation of a certain car. So around that time was when they released this car, Pathfinder. And the man said, "This is my Pathfinder," and the other one said, "That's not how to pronounce it." And he argued again and again. Finally, the owner said, "It's enough. You know the pronunciation. I have the car." So someone owns the pronunciation. Another one has the car. Some people have the definitions of finance. Thank you. So simplest definition of finance is the management of money. Question, what is money? If the management of money is the definition of finance, what then is money? Because I'm saying the management of something called money. So what is money? Again, they have what they call academic definitions of money by people that don't have it. But I want to give you these simple definitions. Money is something generally accepted as a medium of exchange, a measure of economic value, and a means of payment. With this simple definition, therefore, learn to see money in everything. Why? Because poverty or wealth is dependent on these two simple statements. These two simple statements I just made. One on finance. I said, what is finance? The management of money. That's statement number one. Statement number two is on what therefore is money. So I said it's a means of exchange, a measure of economic value, which is very, very important. And of course, the means of payment. I said learn to see money in everything. That is to say, that part that I just told you, a measure of economic value, is vital. I'm saying learn to see economic value in everything. I'm trying to break down a number of things for you. Okay, so with these two statements, you can tell where someone is on the economic bar, towards poverty or towards wealth. You're either closer to the poverty end or closer to the wealth end. All right. So the first thing is to understand what is finance, okay? That's the first thing, because my topic is your finances and you. So the first thing is to even understand what finance is. And I said that it is the management of money. So the next thing you need is an understanding of the independence of finance. The independence of finance. You know, many people think finances are dependent on this and this and that and the other. So they put them on several factors. But until and unless you come to the realization of the independence of finance, your ability to manage money will be very limited. This is the year of redemption. See, and in the year of redemption, one of the things we said was individuals and nations must extricate themselves from agreements and treaties of limitations. So we have to understand the independence of finance. They don't want you to know this. They can't teach this. They won't teach them this in finance classes. I'm going to tell you. Let's begin. I want to give you 3 important ideas on the independence of finance. You know, for something like this, all right, I produce them from the workings of my own spirit. That, okay, how have I dealt with these things? How have I dealt with money? The first idea you must catch from the word, and all these things are from the word of God. The first one is unlimited environment. Money, all right? The independence of finance. The first one, the first idea you must have is that you play in an unlimited environment. That's where finance is. Money is there. Unlimited environment. So you are in an unlimited environment. That's number one. You're not limited by that office. You're not limited by that office. You're not limited by that country. Come on, my friend. Unlimited environment. Say, I play in an unlimited environment. Unlimited. And here's what I wrote here for you. As far as your mind can reach, real or virtual, far or near, your work is global, and so are your finances. You're in that office, that small office, but that office, your work is global. We're doing global things from here. You're a part of a global force. Ask those working in the United Nations. They will say they're working for the whole world. Their office is in one location somewhere. From that place, that office, that wherever it is, they declare that they're working for the whole world. And they don't even cover as much as we do. I love what Pastor Diola was sharing with you today. She started out on that talk show with a story she said she just read about these 3 guys. Okay, the one who said he was building what? He was laying bricks. He said he was laying bricks. They asked the other one, what are you doing? He said, I'm building a wall. The other guy, what are you doing? I'm building a cathedral. Every one of them could have said the same thing, because that's the truth. But they were myopic. I've met certain people. When you ask them what you do, after they're done telling you what they do, you think they own the company. This guy just has one assignment somewhere in one desk, because you send someone to go and see him the next day, they find him in one desk. This is the guy that told you about their company. You thought he owned it. Yes, he had a global vision. That's how you speak. So what do you do? Say, I lay bricks. What do you do? I build walls. The other guy says, I build cathedrals. Number 2, unlimited resources. Say, my finances are coming from everywhere. I'm managing money everywhere. As far as my mind can see. As far as my mind can reach. Both real and virtual. You see that? Real and virtual. Virtual. The real are the ones that are saying, well, our senses can touch and reach. But they're virtual ones. Free your mind. It's the year of redemption. Free your mind. You're about to make your department prosperous. I told you in the first one, I said, learn to see money in everything. Start seeing money everywhere. Unlimited resources is number 2. The second idea you must have. Unlimited resources. Now, let's first understand what's a resource. When you say resource, what does that mean? It means any new or current quantity that can be drawn upon to produce wealth. Any quantity. new or current. That means it's been there or it's newly discovered, that can be drawn upon to produce wealth. And I use the term quantity for a reason. What's quantity? Quantity just means anything that has magnitude and can be expressed in mathematical terms as a variable or a constant. So I said to produce wealth. Of course, wealth can be measured, right? Wealth can be measured. And my deliberate use of the term quantity was for the purpose of also explaining wealth. Because then wealth can then be simply defined as any quantity that has economic utility. So when we say that you can draw upon such a quantity to produce wealth, it means that you can produce something, okay, of some magnitude with economic utility. That means it has economic use. That just explains resources, which means by this definition, it means that I can actually create resources. You see, so I come to a point, I say, oh, I have unlimited resources because I'm not limited by what those people call resources. I can create new resources by this simple definition. Free your mind. This is the year of redemption. Extricate your mind from that cocoon. So it becomes your year of innovation and productivity. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. So number 3, unlimited amplitude. This is really remarkable because when I'm thinking of unlimited amplitude, I'm thinking a latitude of amplitude. All right? And that's not a rhyme. Do you understand what I'm saying? I couldn't find a word to express what was in my mind better than to give it to you that way. Okay? When I say unlimited amplitude, I'm thinking a latitude of amplitude. That means unrestricted magnitude. Can you see that? Meaning that I am free to think big. We're thinking of copious abundance. Almost sounds like tautology, but it's not. Which means I can go as big as I choose when it comes to finances. Think of it, because my environment is unlimited, my resources are unlimited. Now I can see I have a latitude of amplitude. Ample, you know what? Ample. When you have an ample supply, right? It's dealing with magnitude, size, and expanse. Think of width. So with this, you think you understand the independence of finance. 3 ideas for the independence of finance. You suddenly arrive in a different arena of play. Let's see those who are going to enter this in the first 6 months of the year. Let's see what's about to happen. You're getting ready for God to use you in the kingdom. You know, the CEO told you something. How to think, okay, for the ministry. Ideas come to you for the ministry. If you think like that, you'll be ready for kingdom explosions. But if you think, personally, there's such limitation. And think of this, as successful as you are personally, what will happen when you start thinking kingdom wise? What will happen? If you are this successful personally, what will happen when you start thinking in a kingdom way? When you start thinking for the rest of us? When God starts using you for the rest of us? Do you know how many the rest of us are? Do you know what it is to stand for the rest of? Do you know the meaning of the rest of us? When God starts using you for the rest of us. Speak in tongues. Speak in tongues.
Hello guys, I believe you're well impacted by Pastor Chris' message. This channel is not just a YouTube channel. It is a channel where believers come together to experience spiritual growth and guidance, as well as to improve your prayer life with Pastor Chris' inspiring messages. Please do well to subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching.